Hello everyone, my name is Anurag Dhyani and I'm a developer at Ambudesk, and today I will be teaching you some basics of Python. Okay, so starting at Python is a interpreting language, so it doesn't compile, so whatever you code will get interpreted one by one. Okay, so I'm just opening a terminal to show you how things work, and this is VS Code. You can download it, create files, .py files, and you can work on it. Okay, so the terminal is just loading, and as we can see, from print statement to all the data types I will teach you. Okay, so I'm currently in my desktop demo workshop folder, and this is a basics.py file. Okay, so I have commented all these things because I will go to it one by one. So first thing is how to print in Python. So print is just a function, inbuilt function, and we pass a string to it, like this is hello world. So in order to run it, you have to go to the terminal and type Python basics, whatever the file name it is, and type tab in order to autocomplete and click enter. So this will print hello world. Okay, so I think many of you will know how to print this. So this was just a basic. Let me just remove it. Okay, so now talking about variables. Wait, just let me uncomment it. Okay, so now variables, Python has a very special power, that is we can typecast anything. So like we don't have to specify that it is a int, just type the thing and it will automatically detect. In order for string, we have to do it like this, 1 2 3, and for integer we can do it like this. Okay, so j is equal to 1 2 3, it's an integer. I have printed j, I have printed what type j is, then I typecasted it j into a string format, then I printed j again, and the type of j. So now I will run it again. Oh, so I didn't save it. Wait, let me just save it. Like I have saved it, and yeah. So first of all, 1 2 3 is of class type int, as I have specified. After that, after typecasting, it became string. Okay, so I think variable is also pretty much clear, and moving on. Okay, so now function making. So how functions are made. Okay, so we have to start with def, and then we have to make a function. Suppose we name it as function 2, and we passed a variable called var1, and we have to put a colon and press enter, so it automatically indent it, and we have to write whatever I have to do with it. So suppose I have to print var1, and in order to call this function I have to go back, out of indentation, and I'm just calling a function over here like function 2, and what I have to pass, a string. What string? Suppose my name Anurag is teaching, and I save it, and I save it again. When I ran it, it will print Anurag is teaching. So function call module is done. Moving on, function calling, function making is done. Now loops. So there's a not a standard way of doing it, but we use a range function. So whatever we specify range will create an array from 1 to 19. It will not consider 1 to 9, 1 to 9. It will not consider the upper bound, and it will go from 1 to 9. So let's remove it. So for I means this inbuilt function create a range of variables like 1 2 3, and we are printing I. We are iterating, saving it in a value I and printing it. So let me just save it and run our Python basics again. As we can see, we will get 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so moving on, let's just remove for loop. Now talking about while loop. So while loop, I have created a j variable from which I will iterate, and it is always true until or unless j equal to 5. I'm printing j and incrementing it by 1. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed, and on 5 wait, it will break. Yeah, so let's run it. So as we can see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is printed. Okay, so that's pretty much about the basics.py, and I'm control zing so that I can save it and further. Okay, so now let's go over in list. So list is just an array. So like array, we create array 1 and we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you want to iterate over it, we can type for I in array1 print I. So saving it, running it again, python list.py, and as we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is printed. Now suppose we want to add 6, 7, 8 after it. So what we can do array1 dot append 6. Now using it many, like 2 more times, 7, 8, saving it, printing it again for I in array1 print I, saving it, now running it again, and we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is printed, 5, 6, 7, 8 is printed. Okay, now we as we can see, like we have to write this again. So all we can do this same by extend function. So array1 dot extend, and we pass a list what we want to add, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, saving it, running it again, and as we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is printed. Okay, so that was pretty much about the list, and we can also use dot like array1 dot remove function and pass some parameter over it like 3, so 3 will be removed and more. So this is just a little bit demonstration about list. Okay, so let me just comment this and save this, and moving on to the further part, strings. Okay, so in Python, strings are defined as like string test equal to Anurag, and we can also define it as string test 2 equal to ambudisk in single quotes, saving it, now printing it again, print type of string test, now again copying it, pasting it, now type 2 and print string test, print string test 2. Yeah, so saving it again. So this one is Anurag, this one is ambutex, and both will work. Like if I type Python then strings string, okay, so this is capital S, so let me just change it to small s, save it, let's save again. There is a case sensitivity behavior, and yeah, class string Anurag and ambutex, so both are type string, we can use it single quotes and double quotes. depending on the user. Okay, so there is another data type called tuple. So we don't use it often as tuple can't be changed. So unchangeable, and so simply let me just run this, like we won't be using it more often. So Python tuple, my tuple, not it's tuple. Yeah, now this is correct. Let me run it again. So yeah, tuple elements are printed. Okay, so now the last section is dictionary. Yeah. So dictionary are basically just JSON format files, like suppose dic equal to, we have to start it with curly braces. Now I added, there's a key and there's a value. So key and value, key2 and value 2. Now saving it. So this is a string type, this is key, and this is value. So this is how dictionary is used. Now in order to print it, for I in dictionary, by the variable name indentation, print I and print what? Dictionary of I. So saving it. So one will print key and one will print value. Okay, so Python dictionary, like running it again, key value, key2 value. So this is printing key, this is printing value. So this is just like a JSON file format, and we use dictionary in Python, so we can do a lot of things. So this was necessary. This was all necessary thing before learning Python programming in machine learning. So I think I have cleared all the basic things in a go. Since it's a demo workshop, so I won't be explaining you in a detail of every data type. So whatever we have made changes, now let's push it to our GitHub account. So let's go over here, type git status. This is my working directory. So I have deleted one main.py file and I have added these files. Okay, so let's just add all these files. So I use git add. After that I use git commit. Sorry, I have to use git status for, like, they all will be green. Yeah, they are ready to push. So let's commit them. Added basics of Python, commenting it. Okay, so this will commit all. This will create nodes like create and what to delete, and after that let's push it. So we'll write git and push and click enter. Wait, it is asking my username. Actually I didn't log in. Wait, it's asking again. And I think it should push now. Yeah, it pushed. Everything is pushed. So yeah, so that's it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial I will be telling you about machine learning, intro to it, what I have prepared all the slides. I will teach you in that. Okay, so thanks.